the first round. For the first round.
Sir, why will you blow me? Sir, this is the problem. Sir, what is the problem? This is the problem. Shoot! Everybody shoot! Everybody back!
Because of my dreads, does that mean I'm a fraudster? Am I next to die? Because of my iPhone, does that mean that I'm a criminal? These questions and many more are what youth are asking. The point is, why are they killing us? I am paying my tax. My tax is what is paying your salary. We are paid to protect me. Why are you doing otherwise? Why are you the one sent to kill me? My tax is what is keeping you on the road. That is what is keeping food on your table. Why are you killing me? That should not be the case. The case is protect me, but then I have to call a private citizen to seek protection from you that I am being paid to protect me. Why?
So what is your demand?
End SARS. Very simple. No long talks. End SARS. End SARS.
And look at my hand. Look at the inscription on the cardboard. This is the question on everybody's mind. Am I next? The question is, am I the next person to die? As a student leader, I received several calls, I received several messages from my students telling me that SARS are harassing them, SARS are extorting them, SARS are killing them. As a student union president, I was coming down from LAG, SARS stopped me, they collected money from me. Despite the fact that I showed them my ID card as the student union president of my institution, they collected money from me. They told me if I did not give them money, they are going to kill me. Is that the kind of society we all want to live in? Is that the kind of future you want to create for the youth? We are the youth, you always call us the hope of the nation. You always call us the leader of the nation. Why then should you be killing us when we are young? We don't want reformation of SARS. Government have been deceiving us for a long period of time. We don't want to be deceived anymore. Sir, you are a parent. How would you feel when you send your child on errand and before your child comes back, he or she has been killed? How would you feel when you send your child on errand and before your child comes back, he or she has been chased by SARS and he or she has been killed? Why are we doing this? Why are our government doing this? Government should be ready to take responsibility. We don't want SARS. SARS should be banned. SARS should be ended for life. We don't want SARS. We don't want what?
The Deputy Commissioner of Police and other senior police officers present here, we are conspicuous here this morning to vent our spleen against the brutality, the monstrosity, and the animalistic conduct of some officers of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, Anti-Kidnapping Unit, Anti-Courtesan Unit, and other oppressive units in the command.
Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahwashai, Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, the creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the God which the scriptures speak of. And Yahwashai is only begotten Son, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and the Rakak Wadash, which is the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone who rule well, pushing his 100% truth of the gospel, helping to wake up and to seal the elect of the nation of Israel. And salutation to you sincere Akim out there that are pushing this gospel in righteousness and sincerity. They risk your lives and your freedom to do so. Alright, so what I'm going to go into today is this end SARS protests that are going around Nigeria. I know I was not even planning on doing a video on this, but for the past 3 days now, different people have been blowing up my phone with statuses and notifications about this whole end SARS things, pushing out this whole talking about the protests and how SARS is oppressing Nigerian youth, which of course is all true. Just in case somebody heard some irony in my voice, I'm not going to come against this because this is absolutely 100% happening. This is just my testimony concerning it. In case any brother has been hearing about it and want to find out what exactly is going on, here in Nigeria, which is what the advantage of having somebody that they're having Hebrew Israelites in this country, because they're going to give, the exact what's what I'm looking for. They're going to give the exact testimony. You're filtering through the scriptures as it is supposed to be. All right, so I've actually touched on this before. The special anti-robbery force or whatever, the SARS that basically, they're basically just what's what I'm looking for. They was set up to stop armed robbery. Stop like the name suggests. They've been around for a long time, and they've been killing jakes. Killing especially young jakes. They've been here in Nigeria. They've been killing them for a long time. So now when I was seeing all these protests, I just thought that this is just the new version of something old that has been happening, because people have been talking about NSARS for years, but now this has been going on for the past 5 days. All right, so now I know that that this will actually be something. It will actually be legit. That people are actually sick and tired, and that is the trend that you see throughout the whole earth. That seditious spirit has gone out. Through the prophecy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that seditious spirit has gone out, and hey, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for this, because this is beautiful right here. Seeing people getting sick and tired of Esau's kingdom and his unrighteous dealings and his wicked rulership. Seeing people getting tired. Seeing people, going out there and protesting and bringing and sending and pushing out, continuously pushing out that seditious spirit. Because the reason why this is happening, is because of the Black Lives Matter protests in America, because of the protests against COVID in all these other countries. People are now thinking that it's time to take a stand against our government, because what they are doing is not right. And we know that all the governments of the earth are set up, run, and managed by the elites of Esau Edom. So it is ultimately a protest against them, But as is the usual in the things of this world, they're not protesting the right way. They're not protesting, in righteousness. And I've already gone through this before, that it's only the prophets that are out here truly protesting against Esau Edom in the way that he can actually be brought down, in the way that any change can actually come to pass. Because if you jakes keep on doing this, the only path that is going to lead to is destruction. All right. The same thing with those Black Lives Matter protests. All this is just running Esau running a distraction. Trying to find it's just running a distraction on you Israelites, while he prepares the mark of the beast, while he prepares the COVID-19 vaccine, and he's preparing to come down on you with that great wrath, like it's spoken of in the book of Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. That's all this is. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get the etym for the word protest, the etymology, which basically is pro, which means to go forward, to go forth and testify, which is why I said that with prophets are either testify or witness, where basically pro is a compound word, 2 words, pro, the prefix pro, and to testify. So go forth and testify, go forth and give your testimony, your witness. That's basically all the word protest means. Which is why I say that the prophets, the men of the Lord, are the true protesters, and that's a common trend that I've been seeing, that the men of the Lord being those people, that everybody else is following behind, because we've been out there in the highways and byways protesting against this devil's wickedness. And I say we, and I've only been, I'm not actually, when I say we as Salakia, I meant to say the elders and the apostles and the brothers have been out there for years protesting the wickedness of this devil, showing you how he is killing our people, all the wickedness that he has, all the unrighteous decrees and the wickedness that he has set up against our people, to constantly push down our people, to constantly put them at the bottom and put us at the top, because it's like I put them at the top, because make no mistake, this whole SARS thing is just another ploy from Esau. They're just another ploy from Esau in order to kill you Israelites, and prove that the curses are still on us. Because even the scriptures tell you that the eye of thy brother shall be evil towards the. So let me just quickly jump to that in the scriptures. That is in the book of Revelation, Deuteronomy. I can't remember how it goes. I just put tender and see what comes out. So here it is. Alright, so this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, His eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall have. And this right here, this whole SARS and young Jake, this whole situation is just a situation of Jake's killing Jake. This whole SARS police brutality, because they are not like SARS, not like the SARS that these Jakes in Nigeria are protesting against. Not like they are a militia or anything. They are their government approved. They've been set up by the government, and they are just killing Israelites randomly on the streets, oppressing them, basically doing all kinds of evil towards their brethren, because these people that are being set up, they are also Israelites as well. These SARS members, they are the most, for the most part, I believe, that most or even all of them would be Jakes, and people that they are killing are also Jakes, because the reason why this SARS is just gotten so big and has gotten so they have started killing Israelites at a higher rate than they usually did in the past, because of this whole I would say Yahoo, because that's what we call it here. But this internet fraud, this whole internet fraud thing, doing all these Yahoo boys and all that, basically all these Nigerian prince scammers. That's the reason why these stars have been so heavy. Has been heavily at what's the word I'm looking for? They've been heavily oppressing the younger Israelites that are out here, and even to the point of either killing or maiming them, and they still do to this day. And this isn't Babylon or that's what I'm looking for. This isn't Babylon or any of these other Edomite nations where you can protest and nobody, you can protest basically, you can protest on live television and nobody will do anything, and nobody will harm you or do anything to you. This is a third world country right here. No matter how no matter how beautiful the pictures they show you are, this is still a third world country. And this is as the scripture says that what I'm looking for, that cursed shall you be in the cities and cursed shall you be in the jungles, I believe. And this is the jungle, man. This isn't a place where you can just come. This isn't a place where you can just come out here thinking that if you just live in one, you can just live in one part of the city and nothing. You can just live in one part, in the best part, and nothing will happen to you. And if you're an Israelite, you're still going to go through all this shit that's all the other Israelites that Daniel is going through. But this isn't some who is me, I'm stuck here in this country shit and nonsense. We already fully understand what the kind of causes that we face here are. The same way that the people in Babylon face their own set of causes, and people in other nations, the Israelites are scattered into all these other nations face their own causes. This is ours. One of the biggest causes that we face is, Jake killing Jake, Jake's eye being evil towards Jake, Jake's not caring about what happens to their people, the leaders, the pastors. This is if you want to really get into this on a major scale, the leaders don't care about our people. The pastors that we are also part of the leadership don't care about our people. These celebrities, even though they are going out there marching with you just for a show, they don't really give a damn about you, because if they did, they would tell you that you are Israelites and tell you to come back to Yahweh Shmi Yahweh. Ironically, this isn't and even though it sounds ridiculous when I say it, but this isn't a joke, man. Only the prophets of Yahweh Shmi Yahweh care about you. That's why we are constantly out here doing these videos. I didn't give a shit about my people. I didn't give a shit about these Jakes in Nigeria. I wouldn't have come out and doing a video about this SARS, man. Because this is a serious matter, but our people are out here thinking that protesting to the government, following that seditious spirit, that spirit of sedition, which basically what sedition means is to rebel against the government. That spirit of sedition is supposed to you're supposed to follow it into this truth, because there's a reason why that spirit of sedition has gone out. It's supposed to lead our people of the elect into this truth, because when the scriptures say prophesy unto this mountain, prophesy, basically that means prophesy unto this rulership, prophesy unto this against this mountain. And let me just quickly get that precept, Jeremiah 28 verse 8. This is what true sedition, this is what true sedition against Esau's government looks like. Alright, this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So we prophesied against countries and kingdoms. That's right there is the sedition that the Most High is looking for. It's the sedition that gets that gets shit done. All right, not this protesting, not this standing for hours outside government houses, hoping that these jakes that are super well off to do, that are in office, that are stealing millions upon millions of our currency and our money from our people, actually hear or give enough of a damn to do anything for you. We already know what the president is about. He doesn't give a he doesn't give a fuck about our people, basically. And I was trying to avoid swearing, but it has come out for us to express how it truly is. All right. And this whole going, and like I was saying, this whole going out and proceeding against, trying to talk about protest, because you've been influenced by that religious spirit. It's not going to yield. It's not going to yield the results that you desire. Alright, because at the end of the day, so what if you end SARS? You are still under Esau Edom. You are still under the curses. You are still basically less than a slave. You are still basically a slave in his kingdom. And once that RFID chip and those starting with the COVID vaccine and then the RFID chip, once it rolls out, what are you going to do? You don't know the Most High. You don't have him in your heart. You are focused on ending SARS and coming out into the protest. Thinking that was the step to move forward. That was the way to go when it was not. So the only thing I can use, the only thing I can say concerning these protests is that it's a little more honest than a Black Lives Matter protest. But at the end of the day, it's still set up. It's still not for the benefit of our people. Because if the people that are protesting against the SARS they are talking about, they are still Israelites. They might have, they might be, of course, they are the ones in the wrong gate and they are in the wrong way, but they are still our people, And the ones that are doing the protest are still our people, but they've been blinded by this devil, They've been in Babylon too long. They've been deceived by Esau Edom. So what's the only thing that can save them, the only thing that have given them any understanding or any hope, which is this truth. They don't want to. They have not received this, possibly, because of course we know that you don't know who the elect are, and they could be elect among these people that are protesting, but possibly, they might be of the two-third and they might be devoted to destruction. I'm also going to go into this whole SARS thing, and I won't put out more scriptures, but the Spirit hasn't led me to any scriptures. You have to be waiting for that. But basically, that was all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to quickly, just talk about this whole SARS protest thing. And maybe I'll put up a video, that goes into what is actually going on right now. But that's basically my testimony, my concerning this whole SARS matter. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahwashai, Ba'asham, Rakak, Kwadash, Wa, Albad, Babal, and through the Spirit, our people are edified. Shalom.